spectacle, technology, and national security all converged Tuesday night on Florida's Space Coast as the United Launch Alliance ULA Vulcan rocket soared skyward on the USSF-106 mission. For those who crave space drama, this was a post-sunset event not to be missed. But here's where it gets controversial. How far should we blur the lines between commercial innovation and the demands of defense? Let's dive into the details. The story kicked off with anticipation. By 8:04 p.m., as the sky shifted through sunset, teams ramped up preparations for a scheduled liftoff at precisely 8:56 p.m. EDT. The Vulcan, a towering 202-foot vehicle powered by 4 solid rocket boosters, stood ready at Cape Canaveral Space Force Station's Launch Complex 41. This evening's eastbound trajectory was designed for a critical Space Systems Command national security operation. Spectators held their collective breath, wondering if weather or technical hitches might stall the show. The latest from the Space Force's 45th Weather Squadron projected an 80% chance of favorable launch conditions, citing minor risks from cumulus cloud buildup and solar activity, potential curveballs, but mainly low-probability threats. A point of calm for locals. No sonic booms were expected over Brevard County. At 8:56 p.m., liftoff. The Vulcan surged upward, propelled by the fiery thrust of its GEM-63XL solid rocket boosters, which burned for about 90 seconds before releasing. The methane-powered first stage continued for another 5 minutes, then relinquished command to the Centaur 5 upper stage, a critical handoff in multi-stage rocket launches that ensures optimal efficiency and altitude gain. But here's the part most people miss. Every aspect of fuel management, wind assessment, and ground system readiness can make or break the mission. Throughout the countdown, ULA's team provided reassuring updates. By 8:33 p.m., Vulcan was fully fueled. Weather balloons had been deployed to collect data on upper-level wind speeds and directions, vital for fine-tuning the rocket's steering profile. These readings were sent to ULA engineers in Denver to keep responses within safe operating limits. Behind the technology sits human orchestration. Mission managers, both in Denver and at Cape Canaveral, unanimously declared Vulcan ready for launch, with ULA's launch director James Whalen and Space Force mission director Colonel Jim Vorn giving their final green lights. No technical issues hindered progress as the minutes ticked away. Let's talk hardware and brains. The L3 Harris team, headquartered in Melbourne, played a starring role by supplying the mission's primary payload, the Navigation Technology Satellite 3, which will settle into a near-geosynchronous orbit. The Vulcan Centaur 5 upper stage, powered by 2 Aerojet Rocketdyne RL-10 engines, is capable of nearly 48,000 pounds of thrust, ensuring this satellite gets precisely where it's needed. Not just rockets. L3 Harris also provided critical control units, telemetry transmitters, and thrusters. Imagine the intricate ballet of cryogenic fuel topping and technical troubleshooting happening up to the last second. As final fueling completed, the cryogenics were continuously replenished, compensating for natural evaporation during countdown, an example of operational detail that is often overlooked. At 6:55 p.m., Cape Canaveral enjoyed fair skies with 10-mile visibility and a gentle southeastern breeze, every variable monitored to ensure safety and mission success. Brevard County Emergency Management had its launch support team on alert. ULA's pre-launch tweets announced a fully functional, issue-free rocket, the coveted Green Board. Meanwhile, NASA issued a lightning warning for a site north of Kennedy Space Center, but Launch Complex 41 remained clear for action. ULA's visibility graphics teased Floridians with the promise of witnessing the Vulcan's eastward ascent, where everyone from Miami to Jacksonville might catch a glimpse for anywhere between 30 seconds and over 6 minutes. And this is the part likely to spark debate. Some question whether the increasing public-private partnership in space launch technology, especially for national security payloads, truly serves broader scientific goals or merely advances military interests. Space fans, what do you think? Are launches like USSF-106 a proud example of innovation for all, or a sign that the line between government and corporate agendas is blurring too much? Does the excitement of technological progress outweigh the risks? We invite your thoughts. Do you agree with this new era of collaboration, or are there concerns that need addressing? Drop your opinions below and join the conversation. For continuing coverage of every launch and breakthrough on Florida's Space Coast, local journalism needs your support. Stay tuned for more updates and analyses on the ever-evolving story of space exploration.